Hi there, my name is Paulson Thomas. I am doing a webinar to go over HighLevel Marketplace. So let's get started. At the core, we turn leads into customers. So for those of you that may not have had a chance to check out what HighLevel does for you as an agency, here are some of the background that I can provide to give you context to what the GHL platform actually does. At the core, we turn leads into customers. Like I mentioned, we are a technology and product development company that understands marketing and sales. And at the flagship of it, we have our own digital marketing agency that we run. A lot of the marketplace services are coming from our own agency. Um, and GHL provides a consolidation of marketing software all into one cohesive centralized hub. I remember many, many years ago when I started my own agency, I would have to subscribe into 10 or 15 different softwares and then try to figure out how to put it all together and make it all work for my client. And you no longer have to do that. We have a platform that provides literally almost all marketing specialty softwares all into one place for you as an agency. Now, one of the cool things that we have is the white labeling option, which is the CRM option, which allows you to essentially have your own SaaS product, and you can build out your own subscription model, and you're able to rebrand HighLevel properly for yourself, as HighLevel could be an operating system for you. Then also community and support to help you scale your business. And I don't say this lightly. We have a ton of agencies that are established, and they're, more than likely have figured out what to do to scale their businesses. And these are great people to surround yourself with as you come into our ecosystem. Just a little background about myself. My name is Paulson Thomas. It's great to virtually meet you as you watch this webinar. I first just want to say thank you for watching this. This will give you some context to how to navigate through Marketplace quite a bit. I get the honor and privilege in serving in leadership capacity here at HighLevel. I was a previous agency owner myself for many, many years, so I do understand some of the pain points that you go through as well as our team. Now, just a bit of background about the HighLevel Agency team. We are a full stack agency in Dallas, Texas. We have had several awards, nationally recognized for advertising, creative branding talent as well. We also have our own checks and balances with mid-level leadership, making sure that things are done the right way and processes are built around you as our primary avatar of customer. Then also we have elite account managers, and I think you will find this very attractive as you consider a white label partner. A lot of our account managers are previous agency owners, or they've worked at large agencies in the past, or folks with extremely high levels of business acumen that can help you strategize for your clients. And in addition to that, we have sales and business development trainings that we provide for you that you may want to check out. Now, excuse me. Now, let's look at a couple of scenarios here. What are some primary reasons why agencies or freelancers consider white labeling? Three things stick out to me the most. It's scaling, churn, and time. Especially when you are an agency going back and forth between sales activities versus fulfillment activities. We call it the seesaw cycle that a lot of agencies get caught up, and it doesn't allow them to scale, where it forces them to do two different things at the same time, and it's very hard to do that very proficiently. Now, churn is another enemy of scaling an agency, but churn is quite common in the agency world. It's mainly because it's just the way you have to build out your processes, and sometimes you have to bring in the right talent, provide the right services, price them right, and there's several factors that cater to churn, but churn is one of the biggest reasons why people consider white labeling. Then also the time freedom. A lot of you that want to have that laptop lifestyle, they want somebody else to just manage fulfillment so they can manage sales themselves, and that's another reason why time is one of the biggest reasons why folks consider white labeling. Now, let's talk about a few scenarios. What if, let's say tomorrow, you have an opportunity to close 100 clients? What will happen to your internal fulfillment process? Can you imagine what kind of an effect that would have on your organization? Let's say even a lighter scenario. Let's talk about what if a small franchise come to you and ask you to fulfill maybe 10 of their location. How would that affect your business today? And in addition to that, what will happen to your sales process? Would that take you away from sales altogether? And now you have the burden of fulfillment. And these are some of the main scenarios that we commonly see from a lot of the agencies that come to us. They get caught up in this mix, and they're trying to figure out how to either get fulfillment done and do it at a very good high quality. Now, topics I want to make sure I cover today. So we are a bit more structured today on this webinar, and I want to make sure you guys get a tremendous amount of value here today. I want to talk about the type of agencies that do come to us for fulfillment. I want to talk about pre-sale support and ongoing reporting that happens, variety of service options, meaning the capability of HighLevel Agency Marketplace. I want to highlight the onboarding process as well. It's pretty important for you to understand what will happen after you make a purchase through Marketplace. And then I want to highlight a little bit about the enterprise and partnership level pricing. And then to conclude the webinar, I'm excited to just do a tour of Marketplace, help you navigate through it as I will jump into one of our demo accounts and just kind of share with you how to go through Marketplace. Now, let's talk about those four different types of partners that we see. You have the startup agencies that are brand new in the industry. They're trying to pick a niche, things of that nature, or put together their packages. And I find that very interesting because I feel like almost every day there's a new agency that's being birthed, and we have the privilege of serving them. Then we have freelancer specialists. This is a great scenario, in my opinion. Let's say you learn Facebook ads and you don't have an ability to provide Google AdWords or SEO or website development or social media management that your client may want. One of the biggest reasons why freelancers white label some of these services is that they don't want to risk having the client going to another marketing resource that possibly can provide all of it, right? And that's one of the biggest reasons why freelancers consider white labeling very heavily. And then I want to talk about the mid-sized agencies. Quite often they are less than 5 team members, maybe 5 VAs or something like that. And they have identified a service that they're scaling. They typically have identified a niche as well, but they don't want to deviate from their process. At the same time, they don't want to leave money on the table, right? Where their clients have to go somewhere else to get other services done. And then lastly, not leastly, but lastly, we have the full stack enterprise relationships. It's rather interesting to me because a lot of the bigger brands will come to us to have us lift a certain component of a big project that they may have that's not in their wheelhouse, things of that nature. Quite often we do a ton of custom things for a full stack enterprise level brand. And these are some of the main 4 types of relationships that we see coming through Marketplace. Now, a white elephant that I want to address, well, Paulson, how is HighLevel Marketplace and HighLevel Agency white labeling any different than anybody else out there? A couple of things that I want to highlight that'll help you make that decision today is we are nationally recognized, as I mentioned, and then in addition to that, we are a full stack marketing agency, meaning we are a traditional agency that have a digital side to it. As we initially started, we had, traditional media, print media, billboards, videography, commercials, in addition to a lot of the digital services. So we understand marketing very well. And one of the cool things about our agency, especially when it comes to Marketplace, is that we don't outsource your projects to another resource, okay? And this is a very big component of how we can deliver good high quality and also allow you to be taking part in our process, give you full transparency of what is going on with your project, things of that nature. We do not outsource your project to somebody else, and that's gonna bring you a ton of relief to know that somebody that you never even met or have no idea is managing your projects. We do not go down that route. We have Elite Account Management, as I mentioned before, seamless project management as well. And one of our biggest mantras in the agency side of things is that, we care that your client relationships come first above anything else, right? And then it's our fulfillment, meaning our intention always is to make sure you are the superstar in that relationship. And we promise you, we will never go direct to your client. In addition to that, we have a ton of case studies to show you the results that we have. We do webinars like these, white papers and articles, and I'll show you where you can find some of those things. Also, we provide pre-sale audits and a ton of pre-sale support for you to help prospect and close some of those deals. As you may know already, our customer support is almost immaculate. We have a ton of great positive feedback that we hear about our customer support overall, and it's the same case scenario for the agency side of things. And when it comes to Marketplace, compared to a lot of the other white label providers, we do not have a opt-in fee for Marketplace, meaning you don't have to buy in to have access to Marketplace. You get a ton of access to wholesale pricing essentially, and you don't have to invest into Marketplace. As long as you are using the platform, you have complete access to Marketplace and you're able to use it however you would like. As we get started with projects, we give you full access to platforms. Then lastly, one of the biggest differentiators for us is that we have enterprise level custom pricing. So based on what you have going on, we can customize packages for you if you are an enterprise level agency. And these are some of the biggest differentiators for us. Pre-sale support and ongoing reporting. Let's say you are starting out and you're simply just trying to close a deal, especially if you are in the startup or freelancer level. You may find this very attractive. We can provide you a ton of audits to make sure that you can close deals. Let's talk about the variety of service options that we provide through Marketplace. Just be mindful that these are not all of the services. These are some of the most popular ones that I do want to just highlight for you, so you have an idea of what to look at considerably and make some business decisions here. So we have two types of services in Marketplace, and I'm not sure if you knew that, but I want to just kind of divide that up and conquer here with you and just highlight the two different types of services. So we have the marketing agency services where we can provide marketing agency fulfillment for you. For example, we have Facebook and Google advertising. We have a ton of pre-bundled niche packages as well. I'll provide some detail to that here in a second. We have SEO and SEM as well, social media management, website and funnel development, creative branding, graphic design, logos, things of that nature, branding kits, local listings and services as well. The pre-bundled niche packages are rather interesting. We have two different types of pre-bundles. We have lead generation packages where you can provide up to 3 or 4 different traffic lines all in one package for your clients, along with the landing pages, follow-up systems, things of that nature. And if you are a digital advertising agency that's simply focused on lead generation, that is a great option for you to be able to be the only cook in the kitchen for lead generation and provide, possibly Google, Facebook, Instagram, retargeting, DBR all in one package for yourself. Then also we have a digital marketing all in one package, meaning you want to be the only digital marketer in the kitchen, we have an option for you where we can provide website, we can provide the SEO, social media management, and advertising all in one for very reasonable pricing, where you have almost 70 to 80% markup in our opinion. Then we also have software support services. As you get involved in the HighLevel platform, you'll find that it's very technical. It's a very heavy technical lift, especially if you're not a techie. And you'll find it interesting that we can provide consulting services for you, and these consultants are typically working with hundreds and hundreds of agencies in building out their own business models. And they typically start with a whiteboard session and figure out what you're trying to do and build that out with you. We have obviously priority support as well. If you want to skip the line on support, it allows you to get right in front of us. White labeling the CRM, obviously, is a great option if you are considering it to be your own SaaS product that you want to sell out there, right? And then white glove onboarding, you possibly maybe already familiar with it. It allows you to quickly set up things instead of having to go through setting up the platform yourself. Now, let's talk about the onboarding process. I get this question quite often. Paulson, what happens when I put in an order? What should I expect? What should I tell my clients? What all do you need from me? What are the deadlines and timelines and all these things? That's what I want to highlight here right now on this slide. We have a simple 5-step onboarding process. It's almost seamless, where we have built out some amazing processes internally for you to make sure that your projects are done properly for yourself. So let's go over that. We have a 5-step process. Step 1 is order confirmation. It may sound simple, but it's not. Quite often, people may put in an order. They might have put it assigning to the wrong sub account, or maybe they thought it's a funnel, but it's a landing page, or they may have thought it's a migration, but it's an actual build out. Quite often, there could be some discrepancies there that we can navigate through. Make sure you are getting the right project enrolled with us. So that's step 1. Step 2 is onboarding documentation. As soon as you have put in an order and order is confirmed, our project managers will send out onboarding documents over to you. As soon as you make an order, just so you know, the first thing that happens is an account manager is assigned to your agency regardless of how many projects you may have. That account manager will navigate all the projects with you seamlessly. So you have a clear-cut idea of what to expect, what not to expect, so that way you can set the right expectations with your clients. So once those project onboarding documentations are done, they'll be sent to you. You'll be the one filling that out for your client, as we never go client-facing. Step 3 is doing a team intro call. We get a chance to schedule a call with you and your team. We get to meet them, as well as you get to meet us, and really get an idea and some camaraderie going. And also they verify context to the documentations that you filled out, make sure we have everything we need. And then step 4 is what we call project standardization. What that means is we'll right size your project properly. So let's say, for example, you put in an order for a website. As soon as that happens, all these documents are done, Zoom calls are done, and then we'll go back to our web development team and get information regarding expectations, right? So we'll tell you, hey, at this date, we'll have phase 1 done. At this date, we'll have phase 2 done. So what that does is provides feedback for you on what you can expect. So that way you can tell your client whatever you need to make sure they are essentially at bay and making sure they are happy, right? Then as far as communications is concerned, quite often our account managers are easily accessible through text directly to the department, or even individually themselves, or you have the option of doing Zoom or even Slack. Sometimes if you are an enterprise level agency, we set up a private Slack channel for you in addition to all the other channels as well. Step 5 is typically comprehensive delivery and launch. What we would do is set up a review call with you, go over everything that we have built out, and set up a essentially a launch date and go live on those designated times. This highlights basically a 5-step onboarding process of what you can expect as soon as you make a purchase on Marketplace. Your account manager essentially is assigned to your agency, not your project, right? Regardless of however many projects you have, they will help you navigate through all these systems. Now, enterprise level and partnership level pricing, typically our relationship is based on your team size, not the amount of clients or book of business you have, but we focus on the team size essentially. That tells us exactly what level you are at, and then also project size. In addition to that, we do a sales systems review quite often to just double check if you can truly scale as you promise. And quite often with partnership insights to business development means we will provide insights to how you can scale, and we'll provide a tremendous amount of value of how we've scaled our own high-level agency ourselves, right? So this gives you a bit more of an engagement here. Then based on volume is how we actually do the custom pricing. So I think you'll find that interesting because quite often, you may just onboard, let's say, 5 projects just to get the experience and then bring on 100 projects, right? So we'll put together possibly a beta run, things of that nature, depending on the type of relationship that we are building out with you. And these custom pricing is relevant to both the marketing agency services as well as software services. And at the partnership level, you'll find exciting that our executive leadership quite often will get engaged with you to understand your agency, what you're trying to do. Sometimes even we'll bring together other partners as well, so you have a camaraderie there. Now, let's take a tour of the marketplace together. Thanks for sticking with me here as I do a full overview of what you can expect when it comes to marketplace. Let me go ahead and get off of my slides, and we'll go right into exploring marketplace. Let's see here. So let's say you have, if you don't know how to get here, on your top right corner, you will see that you have a switch to agency view button. Once you click there, it'll bring you here on the left side. You can click marketplace and you'll be right in here, okay? Let's go over some of these projects here that you may find interesting. Now, let's talk about Agency Jumpstart. Just be mindful that I'm not going to go through every single one of these project options with you today on this call. We will be doing webinars on a weekly basis to go in deep and really unpack every single one of these service lines to the minute details as we possibly can. But today on this webinar, what I want to do is just share with you what Marketplace is all about, and also help you understand how to navigate through Marketplace. So I'll go over some of the popular ones and just give you some context to them. Agency Jumpstart Consulting is a very popular option we have. This allows you to hire one of our own consultants for your agency, where they will build out your high level properly. And you may wonder why that is important. Let's say you're getting started and you want to build out your own high level platform, essentially to be able to duplicate it across the board for your clients. Quite often you may find this to be very fruitful, where one of our consultants can do a whiteboard session with you and understand your business model and build that out properly. So from there, you have a foundational sub account and agency account built out. So as you duplicate, you'll find that it gets more seamless, things of that nature. And let's say you want to actually assign this to one of your locations. All you have to do is click on subscribe. It'll pop up this option here where you can just check this button, and when you click pay now, it'll basically assign it to that sub account that you chose. Okay, so that's Agency Jumpstart Consulting. One of the other options that I want to just jump into is Priority Support, which quite often is another option on the software support services that a lot of people opt into. This allows you to, this is $300 on top of your regular standard $297 subscription, just so you know. And this allows you to skip the line, right? Instead of having to go through the support chat channel or the Slack channel, things of that nature, this allows you to get your own direct person to be able to come on a call with you and figure out what the issue is, and this allows you to skip the line. Now, I want to talk about Facebook ads and Google ads just in general. You'll notice that these are fairly similar, and there's 2 different types of marketing agency services here. You have the a la carte style, where you can simply just purchase one component of a project. So let's say you go to Facebook ads and Instagram ads, when you click on find out more, you'll see that there's different packages here, right? One of the most important components that you should know about these advertising packages that are a la carte is really, this is just itemized, meaning This is simply just the traffic management. It does not come with the follow-up systems. It does not come with full funnel build-outs and things like that compared to the rush packs. The rush packs, let's go to customer rush pack. You'll find that all the rush packs are the same. They're just built towards those industries. But on the customer rush pack, it gives you up to 3 offers, right? Whether you take those 3 offers and run it all under Facebook, that's up to you. But you can take 3 offers here and spread it across 3 platforms. Let's say, for example, Facebook ads, Google ads, and maybe even Instagram ads for retargeting, right? This allows you to be the only cook in the kitchen when it comes to lead generation. It also comes with full funnel build outs, meaning landing pages, as well as our customer rush snapshot. Our snapshots are typically basic enough for you to get started. We typically recommend for you to build out and customize your follow-up systems and messaging. We'll build out the infrastructure for you and simply allow you to come in and tweak the messages with our account managers, right? So those are the big primary differences between a rush pack versus a la carte style Facebook ads or Google ads. Let's talk about funnel builds, right? I've talked about those 3. Let's talk about funnel builds. Funnel builds are essentially landing pages. If you are coming from a sales background, the term funnel may mean a sales funnel. This is actually a marketing funnel, which is essentially a landing page, right? So you can purchase that for $2.99. And again, all you have to do is just click on add to location. It'll pull up this screen. If you click on this drop down of location, it'll allow you to choose which sub account or which location or which client you want this to be fulfilled for. You want to make sure you put the right contact information. Let's say you have an account manager, you want to put their information here so we're reaching out to the right person in your organization. When you click that checkbox, this button will show up and you can click on pay and it'll basically allow our team to get started. Now, one of the things that you should know about advertising in general, or any one of those retainer models, is that day 1 of month 1 does not happen until we are live. So really, throughout that onboarding time, you are not going to get charged. Your retainer, like your day 1 of month 1, will start when we're actually live, meaning step 5 of the onboarding process is when you actually get charged, right? For advertising, for example, or any of those retainer options. So those are the main differences between a rush pack, which is a pre-bundled lead generation package with up to 3 traffic platforms, versus Facebook ads. It is just simply the traffic by itself, similar to Google ads. And then when you click on it, you'll see that there's different levels based on the ad spend. And you'll find that it's pretty standard across the industry to package them like that. And this also gives you another layer of options here. Excuse me. So let's go over a couple of other items here that you may find interesting. Again, all the rush packs are similar in what they are. Patient rush, for example, is for the medical industry. Customer rush pack is what we ask you to use if you are going with an industry that's not listed here. Then home services rush pack, it's basically for general contractors, plumbers, electricians, folks of that nature. Then real estate rush pack also is a great option. We have 4 different types of real estate packages. We have buyer leads, seller leads that we can do, builder leads, and developer leads that we can also do for you. Then retargeting rush pack is a great add-on to any advertising service completely, where you can have us do banner ads, let's see, perfect audience, things of that nature. We can set up your call tracking. We'll basically put together pixels on your assets and run traffic based on the offers that you want to run. So retargeting rushback is a great add-on to a lot of the services. Let's talk about SEO. SEO is a great option as well. We have 4 different types of SEO. The most popular is the Plus, the $4.99 option. And if you notice, all the packages have a suggested retail price These are numbers that we are seeing currently in the market, meaning this is what other people are charging as agencies themselves. So this gives you suggested retail price, and this is, you'll find that for almost all the products that we have. The Plus is the most popular in my opinion currently. I think that may change, and we may see quite often the $8.99 package as well. SEO does not come with backlinks, just so you know. Typically, when we run this, it's based on the size of the website, the amount of keywords that we're writing for. We have content writers, obviously, in-house that are going to build out a lot of these articles for you. The listing manager is also inclusive of that. We'll do audits and things like that and optimize your website based on the package that you have. But we typically do not provide backlinking. And this is a great add-on service, especially if you're providing advertising. Let's see, SEO. We talked about SEO. We talked about rush packs. We talked about independent traffic management options. Let's talk about social media management. We have two different types of packages. We have basic and we have premium. Both basic and premium have Instagram as an add-on based on sizing and things of that nature. We have to basically have that as an add-on. But the main difference between basic and premium is basic is essentially niche specific content that we will have for you. Typically comes with 2 posts per week, where premium is actually customized and branded content for your client. So let's say you have an electrician out there. We'll take that electrician's brand and make sure the content that we're building is around that. And also you'll notice that currently it comes with 5 posts per week. So that's quite a bit of posting. And it's actually, just so you know, it's the same post that's being distributed to 5 different channels. So we're not necessarily creating 25 different types of posts. It's the same 5 that's being distributed across, and we take care of entire thing. Let's say your client provides some content over to you. You can send that over our way. We'll leverage that as well, but you don't have to provide any content for us. We build that all out for you. Okay, so we talked about social media management. Let's see, listing manager. Our listing manager service is provided through Yext. So if you go through yext.com, you can figure out what exactly is in a lot of those packages. It basically comes with up to 70 plus citations, and we just manage that through Yext. And it's a great service option, especially for local businesses. Let's see here. I think I talked about most. Let's talk about websites and Whitelabel app that will give you some context here. Websites. Let's talk about migration. Migration services are very popular for us. One of the cool things is that HighLevel has its own website builder and funnel builder and things like that. And you can take a WordPress site or any other provider site out there and bring it into HighLevel and absolutely eliminate hosting forever. So your client does not have to pay for monthly hosting anymore if you migrate the sites over to HighLevel. And it also allows you to just simply access those sites and duplicate them if you want to. And that's at $4.99. And then you have the option of lorem ipsum content, basically a templatized design that you can essentially have for yourself. And these are all custom work, by the way. These are not random templates that we're building. We are customizing it for you. And then we also have full custom website with copywriting as well. The $7.99 option does not come with copywriting. The $9.99 option does come with copywriting. That's really the only main difference. Just like the other projects or products in the marketplace, you can simply click on add to location, pick the sub account that you want to assign it to, and click pay now after you have verified that you will pay for the services. And the billing will all come through your agency account, just so you know currently. Let's talk about the Whitelabel app option. And there's 2 different options here. The $50 option allows you to customize a Zap for yourself, and it comes with quarterly updates. And then the premium is where you can actually white label the entire CRM for yourself as an agency. That is $297, the regular subscription plus $497. So it comes out to about $700 or $800. But it allows you to provide a full SaaS option as your own brand. So you can customize a CRM for yourself, especially for your own industry, which is a very attractive option because now you can go out and charge your own subscription for yourself, and simply have that as an option here. So I went over a lot of these packages here. You may find that there may be an omnipresent package that we're working on. So right now it's September 2020. This is Marketplace 1.0, which is our initial beta that we started off with. Within the next few weeks or so, you'll see another marketplace that I'll probably do another tour of as it gets built out. But currently, I just wanted to provide a quick demo over Marketplace and give you some oversight to who the HighLevel Agency is and our team. Now, in addition to that, I want to also tell you about our HighLevel YouTube channel. If you haven't found the YouTube channel yet, you can simply search Go HighLevel and you'll find it, and you'll see there is a ton of marketplace content in here. This gives you a lot of insights to how to do demos, how to close deals, a lot of sales training in addition to marketplace. And here in the next several weeks, we're going to unpack each one of these service lines for you that you're going to find extremely helpful. And then on top of that, there is a support form where there's a ton of articles. So you just go to help.gohighlevel.com/support/home. And this gives you complete access to a ton of research articles and how-tos and technical questions, answers. It's probably the biggest FAQ in here that you can find as a resource. And if you scroll to the very bottom here, there is a section called Marketplace, and you'll see a ton of the content that's in there, and you'll find case studies, articles, things of that nature that'll help you tremendously. And that gives you a full overview of Marketplace in general. Let me go ahead and go back to my slides. And just lastly, how do you get a hold of us? If you want to just schedule a call, feel free to go to speakwith.us/Paulson. I would love to just get on a call with you, hear your story out, and give you some recommendations of how to scale your agency. On top of that, if you have projects that you're trying to onboard, I can help you navigate through it. If you are an enterprise or partnership level agency, you may find that you can get a ton of custom pricing, things of that nature, and get you some insights here. So we appreciate you watching this webinar, and I hope you find this insightful. Look forward to getting to know you and meeting you, and have a good rest of your afternoon.